You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife. Car chase. The defenders. Many people have come forward and stated their view that the supposed dramatic car chase that involved Harry and Harry's wife was manufactured for PR purposes to generate drama, to cause lots of people to comment about it, which it certainly achieved, and of course to support Harry's claim that there is a security risk to them vis-à-vis his recent court case. Very few people are actually persuaded that it happened as described and that it was actually genuine. As I've explained in parts passim, in relation to I smell bullshit, there are so many holes that exist with regard to the way that it panned out that it's pathetic in the way that it's attempted to convince people that this was a genuine car chase. It's laughably useless. Nevertheless, notwithstanding this fact, there are those that still support the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I've seen on social media that there were some that took it at face value, that they thought, oh dear, they've been involved in a paparazzi car chase, and it was what? Near catastrophic, and there were many near collisions. Oh dear, how awful. And those individuals didn't stop to think, could you have a car chase that would go on for 2 hours in Manhattan? Why didn't they drive to a position of safety? Those questions didn't occur. They just had an instant response to this news and were sympathetic. Now, some of those individuals wouldn't necessarily be sugars. They would be people who would think, that's awful, actually. Harry's mother was killed being chased by paparazzi. They are famous people. They will attract the attention of the paparazzi. They've been chased by the paparazzi. That's not very pleasant at all. Oh dear. And their emotional empathy for Harry and Harry's wife caused them to accept that this is what has happened. Indeed, it didn't cross their mind to apply any cynicism to the gruesome twosome. Of course, after looking into it more deeply, many of those individuals would think, my initial reaction of support, it seems a bit suspect now, doesn't it? Of course, one can rely upon the rump of the idiotic sugars to defend Harry and Harry's wife for the purposes of maintaining that, oh yes, there were hordes of paparazzi, those awful human beings that were chasing them, and that anybody that criticises them is clearly jealous, use of wrong word again, of Harry's wife's beauty and of Harry, because they're racist haters who don't believe that they would be subjected to a paparazzi car chase. You're awful human beings for not being sympathetic. You're awful human beings for failing to understand how this would impact upon Harry, given the death of Diana, Princess of Wales, whose spirit is channeled through Harry's wife. And thus those crazy thicko sugars go on and on and on, again failing to objectively analyse the evidence. But in a surprising turn of events, there have actually been a number of high-profile defenders of Harry and Harry's wife who have come forward. Perhaps they feel that such an event as this, one which has got worldwide coverage, as it was absolutely plastered across nearly every news outlet, getting onto the front pages, forming breaking news alerts, that they feel that it is appropriate for them to speak and, from a position of clear authority and gravitas, defend Harry and Harry's wife. Whilst in other videos we have heard evidence from other individuals, such as the New York City mayor and a police detective, which casts considerable doubt on the exaggerated drama that has been advanced by Harry and Harry's wife, and tends to support the suggestion that it might well have been a manufactured scenario, these famous people don't see it that way. These famous people, bastions of credibility and authoritative individuals who are well known in regaling us with the truth, have stepped forward, perhaps feeling that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are unfairly under fire. It's quite an extraordinary roll call of individuals that have decided that they're going to speak their brains and support the Sussexes. Jussie Smollett stated, "They are victims of hate and oppression, just like I was. Haters gonna hate, and I should know." Bill Clinton stated, "I did not have sexual relations with anybody in that taxi, as it was moving far too fast to evade the relentless pursuit of the aggressive paparazzi." Lance Armstrong explained, "The speed at which the photographers were able to pursue the Duke and Duchess of Sussex clearly points to the use of performance-enhancing drugs, something that I would never take." Richard Nixon weighed in, "I am not a crook, and neither is Harry's wife." Prospero added, "I have done nothing but in care of thee," just like Harry's wife, who has certainly not used Harry's paranoia about his mother's death against him. Ryan Lochte added, "I was being robbed at gunpoint as the high-speed paparazzi chase came past me." Gatsby from The Great Gatsby weighed in with, "I am a well-known advocate of the truth, and this event clearly happened, just as Harry's wife agreed it would, with the William Morris Agency." Rob Ford said, "I wasn't using crack cocaine when I saw a yellow taxi containing Harry and Harry's wife being relentlessly pursued at high speeds by two pink elephant paparazzi and an alien paparazzi from the planet Melancholia." Count von Lustig explained, "That was a near-catastrophic car chase, and I should know. Now, I have this tower in Paris for you to buy. No, I haven't sold it twice before." Bernie Madoff explained, "I can say with absolute certainty that this high-speed paparazzi chase was as real as the returns on any investment that any individual has made with me." Boris Johnson commented, "I was not at a lockdown party when I saw oodles of rampant camera wielders pursuing the hapless ex-royals with the same fervour of me eyeing a pretty young filly who is the new intern." And finally, Stephen Glass added, "There was around 600 paparazzi driving at 300 miles per hour, throwing grenades, firing rocket launchers as a flying saucer hovered overhead, filming Harry and Harry's wife shagging in the back seat of the taxi, which was being driven by Elvis. Embellishment? Me? No, sir." Interesting that those individuals have stepped forward, well-known proponents of the truth and advocates of facts, to support Harry and Harry's wife. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.